Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick video to show you a new product from MenaceRC. We don't get many of these. MenaceRC are known at the moment for their antennas, but actually they started out back in the very early days making PCBs and stuff, and that's what the new product is. It's one of those kind of style products. This is the brand new MenaceRC RCSwitch, and it's exactly what you'd expect it to be. It's a switch that you can control with a PWM pulse. Now, if you're a quadcopter pilot, probably isn't very sexy at all. But if you're flying wings and you like things like navigation lights or other things that you want to be able to turn on and off, that's interesting. But particularly if you're into RC cars and trucks where you want to control the headlights, braking lights, you want to control things like smoke generators and stuff like that, having little switches like this is fantastic. And this one is relatively inexpensive when you look at how much the switches are from other leading vendors. So I'll just show you how it comes. Let me just very quickly run through the specs. This will switch loads of up to 40 volts and will support 15 amps draw continuous. It will support 50 amps peak, but I wouldn't want to pull that for a very long time at all. The weight itself is nice and light. It's only 3.2 grams. It is 25 by 12 by just under 4 millimeters deep, and the cable length that comes on it is 150 millimeters. To wire it into the circuit to switch whatever it is on or off, whether it's a light, smoke generators, whatever you want to do, then it's pretty straightforward. You just follow the manual layout and you just pop it in the wire that goes from the negative side of whatever it is you want to switch down to the ground of the battery that's running it. So let's jump on the bench and let me show you how that actually looks. I'll show you how it works in practice. So here on the bench I've got a battery powering a servo checker that's sending the PWM signal down the cable into the RC switch, and we need to send a signal of over 1750 to turn the switch on. I have a little LED that is powered from an external power supply. I'll just pull that in. This is the, make sure the ends don't touch. They're not, there we go. This is the P200 from Toolkit RC. So it is completely separate, and what we should be able to do is by sending a PWM value, a high PWM value to the switch, it should turn on. So let's see if that actually works. So I will turn the control and bonk, there we go. So just over 1735 in this. I would actually just set this up to send a PWM value with 2000, and then I can use that to turn whatever it is on or off. With 40 volts supported and 15 amps, that can support some pretty decent loads, not just a little single LED like this. If I turn it over, the other nice thing that it does, I'll just try and rearrange this so you can see, is there's a little green LED in here as well. So when the switch is closed, it actually comes on and shows you that it is closed, and that's really handy for things like troubleshooting to make sure that the switch is working okay and that you've actually wired everything up properly. When the green light is on, the switch is closed and the load should be connected. So that's how it all works. However, there's one thing you will notice on this. Unlike some of the switches from people like Hobby King, there's no ground connection between the power supply running whatever it is and the power supply running the switch. That means you could have physically separate power supplies for the two pieces, and that's particularly useful for things like RC cars and trucks, where you may have different switches, different batteries doing different things for different parts of the model. So I'm quite excited that MenaceRC are producing these little cute things again. This is a relatively cheap radio controlled switch when you compare it to the ones from the other major manufacturers. I'll be ordering a few more here because I want to set it up so that in iNav, when the iNav board is armed, it actually lights up the LEDs on the model, and that's a nice visual indicator that the board is ready to go. Thank you for spending your time today watching that video. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you're trying to learn about a subject, then check out the playlist. All of my videos are organized into easy to follow playlists that if you're trying to learn a topic will take you from the basics right the way through to some pretty advanced stuff.